Right, what's good, everyone? So today I'm going to tell you a little story about me growing up in Trinidad in the Caribbean. And at the time, I'm going to try and keep the story short, but at the time I couldn't have been more than 8 or 9 years old when I got my first bike. Okay, and that was a massive thing for me back then. That was huge. Long story short, we grew up in the Caribbean quite poor. You know, mum and dad had two sisters, one brother, younger brother, and I was the eldest. And like I said, we were dirt poor. We didn't have anything. We grew up in a two-bedroom wooden house. And me, my brothers and sisters all shared the same room. So getting a bike at that age was a huge thing, was massive for me. So you imagine the excitement when I got it. But what my dad didn't know was that prior to getting the bike, I had been learning to ride my friend's bike, using my friend's bike prior. So what he didn't know was that I already knew how to ride a bike. See, my dad he wasn't around much at home, you know. He was always at work. He was a fisherman. You know, he worked almost 5, 6 nights. He always worked night shift, and he worked 5, 6 nights a week. So we'd only see him first thing in the morning when he's coming home from work. So I'd really have like that father-son interaction, you know. But nevertheless, I remember getting the bike, and I remember that day, a day being in the back garden, and he was sat on the stairs, on the steps to the kitchen in the back garden, and I kept saying to him, "Dad, can you take the stabilizers off? We call it the balance wheels in Trinidad. Can you take the balance wheels off? Can you take the stabilizers off, Dad?" And he said, "No, no, no, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna fall over. You're gonna hurt yourself." I was saying, "Oh, Dad, still want it off. I want it off." And I kept going on with it, and he to the point where he couldn't say no to me anymore because I kept bugging him. "Dad, I want to take the stabilizers off. Take the stabilizers." I go, "No, you're gonna hurt yourself, son. You know, you're gonna." Yeah. And my dad was very strict. You know, you don't want to mess with. He wasn't the sort of dad to be messed with, but I was insistent. You know, despite me knowing that he could turn around, just give me a slap. That was normal in the Caribbean. Give you a tap the back of your head or give you a slap. That was normal. But like I said, I kept persisting that he took those stabilizers off because I wanted to ride my bike. I wanted to ride my bike without stabilizers. He said, "Okay, then." Eventually, he gave in. He said, "Okay, I'll take them off. And when you go and fall over, you go and fall over and hurt yourself. Don't blame me," sort of thing, right? Yes, he's gonna take it off. So he took the stabilizers off, and I took the bike. I pushed the bike. We had a little hill in the back garden, huge back garden, but we had a little hill. And I started at the top of the hill, and I rode down the hill as fast as I can. And as I got to where he was sat on those steps, I dropped the pedal on the bike and I spun the bike around and looked at him. And he just looked at me. He just smiled. He had this look on his face. He didn't say a word. I don't remember him saying a word, but he just looked at me and smiled in that admiration. In that 1 second or so, I'd showed him that, I'd learned to do this. And it was one of the proudest moments for me and one of the fondest memories I have of my dad. Who, you know, friends and colleagues will know that was my reasons for coming to the UK was my dad was murdered in Trinidad about 4 or 5 years later. But yeah, you do remember these certain memories. You have certain memories growing up, and that's one that's always remained with me. So I wanted to share that. And, you know, don't know why, but I wanted to share that story. And I hope someone, hope you guys liked it. And I hope it probably cheered someone up.